Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for this cardiopulmonary health class. We're going to talk about natural solutions for heart health. And I'm really excited to have be joined by, some of you know her as Lori Ann RN on social media. And Lori Bourgeois is here with us. She is an RN by training, but you know her also, many of you, for a lot of other reasons. She's a wife and mom. She lives in Missouri, and she has been a wellness advocate for, is it coming up on 8 years? Is that right? How
Yeah,
far
we're
off am
past. Yeah, we're
I?
past
Okay,
8 years.
past. Okay. Time flies when you're having fun. So she's
Yeah.
a gold wellness advocate. She's done so well on our team, and she is really an advocate for helping people with natural health in so many different ways. She has a lot of avenues where she shares ways to support our bodies naturally and to take control of our health, and also to fight for medical freedom. And so she is quite an advocate for those things. And I just thought it would be so great, after seeing her immediate enroller, our mutual friend Lindsay Rapp, had a class in their local area on this topic. And I was thinking, well, it's February. We just had Valentine's Day. Heart health is a great topic. And it's a great topic any time of the year, of course. But I thought this would be such a great class to do online after I saw that Lindsay and Lori had done this in their local area. So I pulled Lori in, and she added her own flair and her own information to the presentation. I'm really excited to learn from her along with all of you. So, Lori, feel free to take it away.
Okay. Well, thanks for everybody for hopping on here. I love this topic, and Lindsay did a great job when she taught this class for our team. But I tend to like to add a little bit of information that come from studies, because that's kind of how I do everything that I do. I like to back it up with science. And so we're just going to go ahead and jump in here, and I'm hoping that technology wise, I can make it happen with Crystal running it on the other side there. Uh, so we're just going to start with the cardiovascular system, and the heart and the circulatory system, the blood vessels, and approximately 5 liters of blood are transported by the blood vessels that make up the cardiovascular system. This system is responsible for pushing blood to the organs, to the tissues, to the cells, and for transporting oxygen and nutrients and hormones and cellular waste products throughout the body. The oxygen and nutrient-rich blood that bring life and health to all the cells also are what transport essential oils for us. Oh, just a few fun facts. So I thought this was pretty cool. Did you know that if you stretched out everything, end to end, arteries, veins, and capillaries, the cardiovascular system would stretch 60,000 miles? That's insane to me. um, Laughter is incredibly good for your heart. We know that laughter can actually send 20% more blood flowing throughout your body. So make sure that you're keeping yourself happy. And then we're just going to discuss the different sides of the heart. So both sides of the heart have different functions. The right side actually pumps the blood into the lungs, and the lungs give the blood oxygen, and then it's carried back to the heart, where the left side of the heart can then take that oxygen and distribute it out to the rest of your body. So we're just going to talk about why it's important to maintain a healthy blood pressure. So when we don't maintain a healthy blood pressure, these are some of the things that can go wrong. So we can have things like arterial damage. We can have an aneurysm, which is a bulging in the vessel. I like to describe this like, when you get a bubble in your tire, it's kind of a weak part of your tire, and that can actually rupture or it can leak. It can lead to heart failure. It can lead to blocked or ruptured blood vessels. This can also lead to reduced kidney function, vision loss, and loss of cognitive function. So this would be your concentration, your memory, your ability to learn, and then metabolic syndrome. So a cluster of metabolic disorders such as high cholesterol and insulin, atherosclerosis, and an increased waist size. So when it comes to using oils internally, you'll want to consider application on an oil by oil basis. So you want to consider the chemistry of each oil, its possible side effects. Its possible effects, not side effects. Appropriate doses and application methods for each individual oil. It is important to note that some essential oils simply cannot be taken internally in any amount. So each of our doTERRA products has a recommendation, and you will see it'll have an A, a T, or an I. And so A stands for aromatic, T stands for topical, and I stands for internal. So if you have a product and it only has an A and a T on it, then you know that it is recommended for aromatic and topical use. If it does not have an I, then it's not safe to take that one internally. So as long as you're following recommended dosages and application guidelines, you'll be able to easily and safely use essential oils internally. Okay, there are many internal uses for essential oils that will benefit the body and improve overall wellness. Using essential oils in your favorite recipe is also a way to reap the internal benefits while adding pure, potent flavor to your meals. So I like to give the example of if you use black pepper, can be very beneficial for supporting healthy blood pressure and inflammation in the body. But just remember, when you're using oils, you may just take like a toothpick and put it into your recipe. So you wouldn't be taking the bottle of black pepper essential oil and shaking it over your recipe, because that's going to be extremely potent. So one recent study examined the effects of using essential oils for 83 prehypertensive and hypertensive patients. Subjects were split into two groups. One group of participants was given a necklace to wear containing a true essential oil blend, while others were given a placebo necklace of artificial fragrance to inhale. The essential oil mix consisted of lavender, ylang-ylang, marjoram, and neroli. Each participant wore the inhaled these scents over a course of 24 hours. When the participants were tested after this time, systolic blood pressure and stress levels decreased, especially during the day and when the participants were at home. Researchers also found significant decreases in their cortisol levels, which are often high in people who have, high stress levels or high blood pressure. But again, it was only in those that inhaled the essential oil blend. And what's even more astounding is researchers noted the effects of essential oils for blood pressure were immediate and continuous. The participants in the placebo group, on the other hand, actually saw an increase in their blood pressure and cortisol levels, which is why it is so important to only purchase 100% pure oils to reap the benefits so that you're not actually damaging your body. So I think, yeah, there we go. Okay, lavender calms the heart muscle. And then I think, so frankincense is regenerative, relaxing, and anti-inflammatory. And then marjoram, when inhaled, can lower the blood pressure. It relaxes blood vessels by rousing the parasympathetic nervous system, which improves the flow of blood. Next, ylang-ylang essential oil may help decrease levels of cortisol, known as the stress hormone, and thus lower the blood pressure. So I would recommend using this one just by inhaling, as well as applying to your pulse point. So on your wrists, you can put it on your carotid arteries here, and then you could also apply over your heart. Helichrysum essential oil, there was a study. The study was done on rats to show that helichrysum essential oil helped to relax blood vessels. It increased smooth muscle function and lowered blood pressure as soon as it was absorbed into the animal's bloodstream. So also, I think yarrow's on there too. This is considered one of the top oils for improving blood circulation. So I would recommend using both of these oils topically. We do have yarrow that is mixed with pomegranate seed oil. And then helichrysum comes in a 5 milliliter bottle as well as in a roller bottle for ease of application. I personally like to use these on my legs because this does help with healthy vessels in the legs. Cypress is also beneficial for circulation and blood flow. So if you struggle with swelling or discomfort in your legs, this can be a great option for you. So I'm just going to touch on how to use oils because we may have some new people on the call here. And there's different ways to use oils. So you can diffuse. So if you can see behind me, there's a diffuser back here. You can also have diffuser jewelry that you can use. Many ways to diffuse and, just inhale those essential oils. Also applying topically, always remember you want to dilute your oils before you put them on your skin. So using something like a coconut oil, that's my favorite one to use, but some people will use olive oil or jojoba, something like that. You can wear their aromatherapy jewelry, and you can also try using some essential oils in your bath water or in a foot soak. I take a bath every day. I just take a couple cups of Epsom salts and put my essential oils in there so they dissolve in there so you don't have the oil floating on top of the water. And then you can just directly inhale the aroma from the bottle as well. All right, I think is lemon, yeah, there it is. So there was also a study aimed to determine the effect of lemon inhalation aromatherapy on blood pressure, EKG changes, and anxiety in patients with acute myocardial infarction, so people who were having a heart attack. And the results showed that lemon inhalation aromatherapy in acute MI reduced systolic blood pressure, so that's your top number, anxiety, and then the percentage of ST segment and T wave changes and regulated heart rate using this kind of aromatherapy is suggested in coronary care units. So you can use inhaled in this case. However, I also like to use it in my water. And so you always want to make sure you're drinking out of stainless steel, ceramic, or glass. What I love about drinking essential oils is when you're taking a drink, you're getting an aroma from the oil as well. So you're getting the benefit two different ways. So the next slide here, we're going to talk a little bit about a daily protocol for high blood pressure reduction. So first and foremost, always whole foods nutrition with our lifelong vitality supplements. These have been a huge deal for my family, and I've been on these ever since I started with doTERRA. I take two of each of these with breakfast or lunch and dinner. And then you can also use 5 to 10 drops of lemon oil daily. So once again, I just like to put a couple drops of oil in my stainless steel cup every time I fill it up. You can also put it in an empty veggie capsule. So you can buy some veggie capsules. You just pull it apart and put a couple drops in there. You can use this internal or topical protocol 2 times a day. And for the internal protocol, it's going to be in a veggie capsule, water, tea, or smoothie. You're going to use 3 to 5 drops of the oil of your choice. And once again, just make sure that it's one of the ones that you can take internally. And then for topical usage, add to a roller bottle 12 drops of each, 3 to 4 different oils of your choice, and fill to the top with fractionated coconut oil in a roller bottle. And then you can utilize it in that fashion. So once again, you can just rub this over your heart. What I love about essential oils is no matter where you put it on your body, oils work at the cellular level. So just getting it on your skin or even inhaling it in, they are going to be absorbed into the body in about 20 to 30 seconds and be in every cell in your body in about 30 minutes. Here's another great recipe for heart healthy roller blend. So 10 drops of ylang-ylang, 3 drops of copaiba, 3 drops of lemongrass, 5 drops of cypress, 5 drops of frankincense, and 5 drops of marjoram, and then just top that 10 milliliter roller bottle off with coconut oil. You can use this once again over the heart, on your wrists and the bottoms of your feet daily. So for low blood pressure, This daily protocol, once again, you're going to always start with your lifelong vitality supplements. This also includes DDR prime. So this is our cellular complex blend. And you're going to take 4 drops of this internally or in a soft gel 2 to 3 times a day. So this DDR prime can be helpful for cell damage, nerve damage, autoimmune disorders, neurological support, estrogen, progesterone, and thyroid support, and healthy inflammatory response. This little bottle over here on to the right, that's probably one of my family's favorite things, especially my husband. He has a lot of knee issues, and this has been a big game changer for him for inflammation. So that's our turmeric duo capsules. You can also use turmeric oil, and you can apply topically to the area of concern, but you can also take the turmeric duo capsule, which is a blend of the powder and the oil. And so this is extremely effective for inflammation when taken in the capsule. So we're going to move on to cholesterol maintenance. So cholesterol is a naturally occurring substance made by the liver and required by the body for proper function of cells, nerves, and hormones. So one thing I want to point to is it seems like we've given this just such a horrible name, and everybody is constantly just wanting to knock this out. And it's there for a reason. And so we need to be very careful that we're supporting our bodies because this is very important. So, you know, a lot of people will cut out fat completely from their diet, and that is a very dangerous thing because our brains need that, our body needs that to function. So there's lots of ways to keep cholesterol levels in check. However, it just can be very simple as far as changing your diet. And I'm not talking about like just cutting everything out, but making sure that you're eating good, healthy fats, things like avocados, that sort of thing. Switching up your workout routine and then adding a supplement or 2 to the mix can be very helpful. So we're going to talk about some options as far as for cholesterol maintenance. MetaPower Essential Oil Blend is one of our newer oil blends, and I think this is a huge benefit for people to add this to their daily regimen. So you can take 2 drops in your stainless steel water bottle each time you fill up, or you can take them in a veggie capsule as well, and it does also come in a soft gel. Lemongrass, this seems to have always been the go. I've had great success with lemongrass. So you can use 2 drops of this in a veggie capsule daily. And just remember, these oils that we're going over, you do not have to use all of them. These are just suggestions, and you just have to kind of pick and choose, maybe start with something that you have in your oil box already. And then if that's not quite doing the trick, you can always add something else to it. So coriander, some research indicates that coriander may help to lower cholesterol. One study found that rats given coriander experienced a significant decrease in their LDL, or their bad cholesterol, and an increase in their HDL, good cholesterol. So you can also use this in a veggie capsule or even use it in your cooking as a spice. So cinnamon is another one. A lot of people use this for blood sugar support. So you can use this in your cooking as well. Once again, you can still put this in a veggie capsule as well, but you can just use this throughout the day, in your food and things like that. Once again, I don't recommend that you're shaking it over your food because it's going to be extremely concentrated. So if you want to take it, you can also take that in a veggie capsule. Lemon, we've talked about that already. So just in your oil, the oil in your water in a veggie capsule. And then helichrysum, you can take that in a veggie capsule or drop it under the tongue. Some people are really sensitive and have a hard time just dropping it in their mouth, but that can be one way that you can utilize the helichrysum as well. So we talked about marjoram. And for some reason, I don't have that right here. But Marjoram can be used, and then I think we have pink pepper. Yes. So pink pepper contains limonene, which may help support healthy blood sugar and cholesterol levels. You can take that one internally. So once again, you can take that in a capsule as well. And then turmeric, once again, you can use that, just the oil, or you can get the turmeric duo capsules. Clary sage. So the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties of clary sage oil are cardioprotective and may help lower cholesterol naturally. The oil also decreases emotional stress and improves circulation. Two very important factors for reducing cholesterol and supporting your cardiovascular system. You can simply inhale or diffuse this oil, and it can also be used topically and internally. So for daily cholesterol maintenance, we're always going to hit on the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and lemon can be very helpful with that. So lemon oil, 2 to 3 drops in your water, or in a veggie capsule 2 to 3 times a day. This cholesterol buildup buster, so you can use 2 drops of marjoram, 2 drops of lemongrass in a veggie capsule, and take that twice a day. So you can kind of see that, you know, the same oils are good for many of the things that we're talking about. So if you get in the habit of using these, you're going to be addressing multiple issues within the body. So we're going to touch a little bit on pulmonary support. So our Breathe Respiratory Blend, this helps promote clear airways and easy breathing. It supports seasonal threats and restful sleep. And then the AirX blend, I've really liked this a lot. I like to put it in my humidifier diffuser. This really does help cleanse the air, uplifts the mood, and promotes openness as far as your breathing. Eucalyptus, so our eucalyptus now has 5 unique species in one bottle, and it promotes a calm atmosphere, cleanses the air and opens the airways, promotes easy breathing, and is very cooling. And then once again, turmeric promotes healthy immune function and reduces inflammation. So we're going to go over our blood sugar maintenance. Dr. Axe, I really like Dr. Axe. So he just says, over the past several decades, prediabetes, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and other forms of insulin resistance disorders have swept through the US and many other nations, reaching epidemic proportions and causing serious but often preventable side effects like nerve damage, fatigue, loss of vision, arterial damage, and weight gain. I will just share, so my daughter Sophia, she's going to be 21 in May, and when she was 13, she was diagnosed with prediabetes. She was not overweight. She was also diagnosed with autoimmune disease, and we were so blessed to be already doing doTERRA, because we went ahead and put her on the supplements. We changed her diet, and she started using oils, and she put her autoimmune into remission and reversed her prediabetes. So I know it can be done, and I know it can be done with doTERRA because I watched my daughter do it. So don't be afraid to make these changes, because they will change your life. Okay, so some ways to maintain healthy blood sugar, basically diet. So I hate to say diet, because then people think that they have to go on a diet. Like, just make some changes, make some different nutritional changes. And we're going to talk about supplements, but exercise, just get moving. You know, you don't have to make it like, oh, I have to go to the gym or I have to work out 10 hours a day. Rest and stress management is so important. You know, over the past few years, everybody has been so stressed out, and really bringing down those cortisol levels can definitely help your health and help with your blood sugar and your blood pressure and all of those things. Quality supplementation, I can't say this enough. Prior to doTERRA, I was on $300 worth of supplements a month. It saved my life. But when I started with doTERRA, was able to start on their supplements, it truly was such a cost savings, but also the whole foods nutrition that they offer. The supplements that I was on, they were they were high quality, but they were synthetic. And so when I started with doTERRA, that it's all whole foods nutrition. And so it's coming from whole foods and your body knows what to do with it. So not only is it cheaper, but it's more bioavailable to your body. So definitely an improvement. Essential oils and protocols, we already have touched on those in this presentation. Okay, so simply walking 30 minutes a day, just a low impact, is going to give you a high result. This is going to help support healthy blood sugar levels. And then doing about 30 to 60 minutes of exercise most days of the week is also a simple, beneficial way to lower inflammation, manage stress, improve immunity, and balance hormones. Insulin sensitivity is increased, so your cells are better able to use any available insulin to take up glucose during and after activity. So we're just going to go over some of the oils that you can use. So peppermint is really cooling and energizing and helps to open airways. For me, it also helps me to focus and helps me to wake up. So that can be motivating alone. The next oil blend is probably one of my very favorites. Motivate, this is the courage blend. So I don't know what happened there. Anyway, this is the one that I use when I have to speak in front of people. When I'm at the Capitol and I need to talk and I'm afraid of, what I'm going to be doing, I have to get this oil on me because it motivates me. Yeah, Lindsay. So it helps to uplift my mood. It's very cooling. My mother-in-law uses it when she wants to clean her house. She said it helps her to get through that. And it can help to get you through your workout as well. Breathe respiratory blend. So once again, this opens your airways. So there's a lot of athletes that use this oil. So they will apply it to their chest or even breathe it in their hands because it's going to give them a greater oxygen capacity. So when you're able to utilize more oxygen, you can go faster and farther for longer. So oils for post-exercise support, oils like deep blue, lemongrass, aroma touch, frankincense, past tense, and Siberian fir. So these are, when you're going to have discomfort after exercise, tight muscles, and helping you to recover. So excessive stress can actually cause blood sugars to rise due to an increased release of stress hormone, which is cortisol. And this is according to Dr. Hill. Stress induces physiologic changes that cause a natural resistance to weight loss and can even reduce immune capability. So if you're looking for an introduction to the world of essential oils, lavender is a wonderful oil to start with. Not only does it provide a calming, pleasant aroma, but it's very useful in everyday life as well. So most people use lavender for sleep and stress as well as anxiety. I personally love to use this for bug bites and burns and allergies. Allergies probably is my greatest go-to, and I think we're going to be hitting that here soon with when everything starts blooming. But other wonderful benefits are for high blood pressure, head tension, and migraines. Some people have used it for pink eye and nosebleeds. This is just the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. This trio here for chaotic environments, poor coping capacity, anxiety, addictive, obsessive, compulsive behaviors, mental fatigue, lack of focus and concentration, as well as elevated cortisol levels are addressed well with this system. This really is a must-have for everyone for stress and anxiety. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Like I said, this really was a lifesaver for me because it has saved me so much money compared to what I had to be on prior to doTERRA. So first we'll talk about the Alpha CRS. This supports healthy function and metabolism by reducing oxidative stress to DNA and other critical cell structures. It helps to protect cells against oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is what ages us. Healthy cellular immune function. It supports mental clarity and brain function. It includes a botanical extract blend to prevent stomach upset, which is a tummy tamer formula. So prior to doTERRA, when I would have to take a multivitamin, my body did not like it at all. I would get nauseated. And I like to say that I can take these on an empty stomach. I don't recommend that. It's always best to take your supplements with your food because you're going to utilize the nutrition better when you do that. But it's nice to know that when you do take it, it's not going to give you that queasy feeling. The Z Omega, this is for healthy cardiovascular, nervous, and immune system function, healthy joint function and comfort, eases fatigued muscles. It keeps teeth and bones strong. It provides healthy skin, hair, and nails. It slows the cellular aging, and it supports normal blood pressure levels, also healthy blood cholesterol and triglyceride levels. It supports memory and cognitive health. It supports health and wellness of women's breast tissue. And I can tell you, it also supports your eyes because it has lutein and zeaxanthin in it. And so anybody that has macular degeneration or anything like that really needs to be taking these omegas. And they're very bioavailable because doTERRA actually links a water molecule to the oil. Our bodies are mostly water. And so when you do that little connection, your body just sucks it right up. So it's very bioavailable. That's so important. The Microplex VMZ is your 22 essential vitamins and minerals to support normal growth, function, and maintenance of cells, metabolism and cellular energy, bone health with calcium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D, balanced blend of essential antioxidant vitamins, and it does contain a full spectrum of vitamin E forms. It includes the doTERRA Tummy Tamer formula, which is peppermint, ginger, and caraway seed. So we're going to talk about blood sugar maintenance. So 3 options for blood sugar support. Oregano may reduce blood sugar levels. Coriander supports healthy insulin response. And then On Guard balances blood sugar and boosts immune system. So these can all be taken internally. Okay. Sorry, I just clicked on my chat so that I could see if anybody was asking anything. Okay. All right, next slide. I love this slide. So Lindsay knows how much I love this oil. My kids are all pretty much grown now, but when I first started with doTERRA, I remember driving in the car and you have kids screaming behind you. And my kids would, as they got a little older, they'd be like, Mom, put your oil on, because it just calmed me down so much. So I absolutely love balance. But I love this picture here because when you look in the first picture, you can see the cells and look how clumped up they are. And it just make you feel like you're like this? I mean, can you just think about yourself when you're all tense and clumped up? And then just 30 seconds after application or even aromatically using this oil, look at how plump and fluffy those cells are. They're just free flowing, just relaxed. And that's how I feel after I use this. So it's really good for stress, anxiety, jet lag, mood swings, and neurological support. I like to apply diluted to the back of my neck, on the base of my skull, and also to use this on my feet. So I think it's important to touch on nerve pain support. And, we do classes on pain, but in regards to blood glucose, we know a lot of diabetics that have a lot of nerve pain issues. And that's because they're not getting adequate supply to their vessels and, to their organs. So topically, you can use this Aroma Touch oil blend for nerve pain. You can use it on your feet and on your hands. So one way to do it is you can just take, you can mix this up many different ways, but like a tablespoon of regular coconut oil in a little glass jar. You want to make sure you get the coconut to come to room temperature so that it's melted, but you don't want to put it in a microwave. So you literally can warm it with your hands or, sit at a window. Then put your Aroma Touch oil in there, and then you'll mix it up. And then you will bring it back to a salad. Just stick it in the refrigerator for a minute or two. By doing that, it's going to reharden, and then you'll just be able to take a little bit and you can apply it to your feet 3 times a day. So now we're going to talk about MetaPower. I love this system. It has made a huge difference for so many. And for me, I feel like there's different times where I'm more willing to really drill down on what I'm taking in as far as my food. And I feel like even when I'm not in the habit of doing all of those things, that this is still helping me. And so we're going to kind of go over some of these things here. We're going to do next slide. Yes. Okay. So if you're not using MetaPower yet, this is basically how you get started with it. So the advantage is the collagen product down there in step 3. And this contains the collagen and NMN. It's formulated to maintain healthy cell and organ function and to keep you mentally energized and to promote healthy weight and body composition. Now, I will just tell you that I was really dragging before I had to get on here. And I went ahead and took my Advantage packet, and I'm so glad I did, because I have so much more clarity, and I do feel focused and like I'm getting through this class well. So it can be very beneficial. Everybody seems to take it at different times of the day. I seem to do well when I take it in the evening, and many times I take it before I go to bed. And even though it's giving me more focus and mental clarity right now, it does not keep me up all night. So I think that's kind of a nice thing. The assist is amazing. I carry it with me all the time. This is such a beautiful herbal blend in this capsule. So it can help regulate and stabilize your postprandial or your post-meal blood glucose levels. So you want to reduce the absorption of carbohydrates and sugar and contribute to healthy fat metabolism. So it has mulberry leaf extract, berberine, cinnamon bark powder, and MetaPower oil blend. So I take this with the largest meal, but I tell you, there's people who are taking this with every meal. I wouldn't take it with something that's not a carbohydrate. Like if I'm eating eggs, I probably would not take this, because you're not going to have those glucose spikes anyway. So along with helping with weight loss, studies have shown that berberine specifically helps support the heart, especially related to inflammation of the arteries, insulin regulation, reduction of high cholesterol, so total cholesterol, bad LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides. And one study even showed that after using berberine, people with heart disease had less fatigue and reduction in irregularity of their heartbeats. The 15 milliliter MetaPower oil blend, the gum, the beadless, the soft gels, all contains the proprietary balance ratio of grapefruit, lemon, peppermint, ginger, and cinnamon bark essential oils to reduce adipose fat cells and decrease food cravings to enhance exercise performance. So I just have to share, my daughter Ava doesn't tend to really do a lot with oils, but she finally started using these soft gels. And she is so pleased. She said her cravings are so reduced, and now I'm getting her using the assist. So she's doing that, and then I hope to move her up to the collagen even at some point, but I'm really happy that she's at least using the assist and the soft gels. Let's see. Yep, and there's Tanya's daughter. Look how cute she is. She did amazing. I love watching people's results. It's so good to see their results. So in this picture, you can just see it's showing you how to use it. You can use one or more of the MetaPower metabolic products in your daily routine. You can take one or two of the MetaPower Assist 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meal, and super users are taking 1 to 2 with each meal. And then 1 sachet of MetaPower Advantage. Make sure you're using it in cold or room temperature water once a day. Some people will use it more. You can use a shaker bottle, but I use the little frother. I love that because it just mixes it up really good and quick. And here's Tanya. So this is our friend Tanya Cottrell. Tanya started with a continuous glucose monitor prior to starting MetaPower, so she could show us a baseline for what her body was doing. And I was so grateful that she did this because it's been so great to watch what her body was actually doing. And I know she didn't really change anything after she started with MetaPower, so she wasn't like completely changing her diet and all of that, along with just starting with the MetaPower. So if you see on here, you can see prior to her high glucose events, prior to starting MetaPower, her high glucose events were 21. And then just 3 weeks into starting, her events decreased by 62%. And so she was at a total of 8. That is a huge decrease. So if you just think about, when you get in your car and you're slamming on the gas and slamming on the brake, if you continuously do that, just think about the damage to your car. Not to mention, if you're in the car and you're doing that, it's like, the seatbelt, the tires, the brakes, all of that kind of stuff. So the science shows high glucose and repeated spikes are strongly correlated with inflammation, high insulin, and cardiometabolic dysfunction. This metric categorizes the high glucose events she experienced in the month by severity. So what that means is fewer is better. Achieving metabolic fitness requires eating according to our body's needs without introducing an inflammatory roller coaster of spikes and crashes. For optimal performance and balanced energy, we want to strive for fewer spikes and lower peaks. So Tanya achieved this goal. Just look at her pictures. And, everybody always focuses on fat. That's not what I see here. I see the inflammation has melted away from her body. I mean, she just does not look inflamed anymore. You can look at her eyes and look how they look different in the first picture than the third picture. So I love seeing this. And I know most people focus in on weight, and that's a side benefit. But when you bring down the inflammation in your body, that is what's most important. Even if you're a thin person, I call it skinny fat. It doesn't mean just because you're thin that your body's not inflamed. So this is amazing to see it happen. I always love when we get guys. Because I think they're just different. It's not that women just try everything. It's just that men don't. Okay. They just, they have to be like really sure something's going to work before they'll try it, So I love looking at this because in this first photo here, you're seeing a loss of inflammation once again. He reported a lot of improvement in energy, and you can just see a healthier body. So I love these pictures of this gentleman because you can just see the thickness in his neck. So just the picture alone. But what I really love is the numbers below, because this is only within 3.5 weeks. This is a huge deal. So when you look at his total cholesterol, he went from 240 to 198. His bad cholesterol went from 150 to 125, and his triglycerides from 158 to 101. We don't have an A1C on him, but you're not supposed to do that, but every 3 months. So I would be interested to follow up with him and see what kind of a difference he had there. But the other thing that I thought was really wonderful is in that first picture, he's on lisinopril and hydrochlorothiazide. So he's on a blood pressure pill combination with water pill. And his blood pressure was 150/86 when he was on the medication. And in the second one, he's still on his lisinopril, but they took him off the hydrochlorothiazide, and he's down to 121/63. And that's just within 3.5 weeks. That is a huge, huge improvement. And then, yeah, just look at the inflammation was gone. That just was incredible to me. So this is blood sugar maintenance. So once again, always this lifelong vitality pack. We talk about using the balance on the bottoms of the feet. I like to tell people, put the balance on your feet before you even get up out of bed. Now, you have to be careful because you don't want to get up out of bed. I have all hardwood floors, so I have to make sure I put my slippers on or have socks on, or you're going to go sliding across the floor. So balance, lifelong vitality, and then use the MetaPower system. So we already talked about oil, gum, beadlets throughout the day, assist before your largest meal, and then advantage at least once a day. And then there's the other option for extra support. You can use 3 drops of MetaPower, oregano, and coriander oils in a veggie capsule. One more thing is if you are, diabetic, we do want you to make sure that you're checking your blood sugars, because a lot of people are still on their medications, and we never tell you to stop your medicines, that you need to work along with your doctor. But you need to be aware that your blood sugars or your blood pressures, all of these things could be changing, and you want to make sure you're keeping track of it because you want to work with your doctor. If you get into normal ranges, that they can back you off of your pharmaceuticals. So if you're new to essential oils, you might be thinking, do I really have a use for essential oils in my normal everyday life? Many beginners think that you have to be an essential oil pro to know how to use oils. I can tell you I absolutely was not. I had no knowledge of oils when I was first introduced to them. It is, I don't want to say it in a negative way, but it is an addiction, because once you figure out that you can use something natural and it has a side benefit instead of a side effect, that's very empowering. So these oils are natural and safe. It makes them easy to use. You just have to get started. So everyone has a slightly different lifestyle, different needs and preferences, and a different daily routine. But essential oils are very versatile, and the uses are virtually limitless. So make sure that you have a conversation with the person who invited you to this class to see how oils may be useful to you in your everyday life. So why choose doTERRA? So there's a lot of reasons why I chose this company. This was probably not the first thing, but once I learned about it, I thought it was so important. So our oils are sourced from all over the world. So they come from where they grow the best, where they have the best moisture, sunlight, elevation for that particular plant material. So it's going to give you the best possible fingerprint for that particular plant material, and it's going to give you the best outcome when you utilize that particular oil. This is one thing that meant the most to me. So my body does not detox well. I was heavy metals toxic after a flu shot that I got, and I had a vaccine injury in 2009. And so that's kind of how I got started with oils, was because I knew that I had to get the toxins out of my home. So the thing is could I just trust doTERRA? Well, maybe, but I trust them now. But what I love most is that they have such stringent testing, and then they have a neutral third party that holds them accountable. That is what makes them heads and shoulders above the rest, because I know I can trust what I'm putting on and in my body with doTERRA. So this is how transparent they are. You can go to their Source to You website. You can look on the bottom of your bottle, look up your batch of oil, and see all of the testing done on that particular batch of oil. So very important for you to know that you can hold them accountable. I love this too. So with my nursing background, I can't wait until these are in every institution across the country, around the world. Oils need to be utilized in every way, and medical institutions that are currently use them trust us because they are consistently the same, on a consistent basis, so that they can depend on them for whatever they're utilizing them for in healthcare. So how do you get started? If you don't already have a wholesale account, you're going to want to reach out to the person that invited you. There is an option to get a wholesale account and save 25% off of everything that you purchase for a year. There is no requirements to purchase anything in the year, but there are loyalty programs that do reward you for purchasing on a regular basis. You do receive a free lifetime support and education. Our goal is not to sell you something and have you have your oils sit in a box. We want to help you use them. We want to help you truly change your lifestyle. So for $35, that's a flat fee. That gives you 25% off for a year. What I really love though is doTERRA offers kit options. So if you find a starter kit that fits into your what you want to do, that $35 wholesale account fee is waived. The other beautiful thing is if you want to create your own, they do have an option that you can also waive that $35 fee. You do have to purchase a certain amount of product value, but that is an option as well. So make sure to schedule a free consult with your wellness advocate. Even if you are currently a customer and you've never had a wellness consult, or you need a lifestyle overview, please make sure to reach out to your wellness advocate. They would love, maybe it's time to review what you've been doing and you want to upgrade or update. We're always here to do that for you. So these are our February specials. So first of all, just to let you know, our baby collection is back. So I know a lot of people are really excited about that. So they have baby hair wash and, body wash, baby lotion, diaper rash cream, and these are, non-toxic options. And I think that's great to know. I know when my babies were little, I didn't know any better, and I put things on them that I should have never put on them. So it's nice to have these options, maybe somewhere down the road when I'm a grandma. So the product of the month. So the 15th of the month is already passed, but every month there's a free product of the month. And so this is something that your wellness advocate can help you with as well. But if you purchase 125 PV before the 15th of the month on loyalty rewards, there will always be a free product of the month. This month it was fennel essential oil. The yarrow palm is something we talked about today. That is 15% off this month, so you can still cash in on that. That really is beneficial for all the things that we talked about, but it's also good for your skin. So a lot of people will use that on their face and hands and feet, anything that you have dry going on. There is a 200 PV purchase option this month. This is for current customers and new customers. So if you purchase 200 PV, either as an enrollment order or you're a current customer and you purchase it, you'll get a free bottle of the Digestin essential oil and a free bottle of Digestin soft gels. These are amazing for digestive health. And then the last one is if you purchase 100 product value as an enrollment order, and then next month you purchase 100 PV on an LRP order, you earn 100 free doTERRA dollars. So it's like getting $100 worth of product for free. So what I like to say is, if you enroll this month, you are qualified to do it next month, but you're not required to do it next month. So just to kind of let you know about that. And then the last option is I'm offering, so you're going to work with whoever your wellness advocate is who invited you here, but I'm doing a special program called Diamond Club. So with Diamond Club, I can offer freebies with my promo code that is listed there. Once again, please work with the wellness advocate that invited you here. If you're not sure who that is, please reach out to us and we'll make sure that you get to the person that invited you or that set you up for this class. So this is just some extras that if you enroll with 100 PV order, you will get you will get a bottle of adaptive essential oil, and we talked about that as well. And if you do a 200 PV order, not only will you get all the other stuff that we already talked about, but you'll also get a free Pebble diffuser. So we do have to have you use the promo code if you are a wellness advocate and you are enrolling anyone. Please let me know because we will have to put it into the system. And I guess that's probably it. I'm trying to see what all the comments are here, but does anybody have any questions? Do not hop off because Crystal has a giveaway, so I don't want you to hop off and miss out on that. I'm just going to see.
Awesome, Lori. Thank you so much. And yeah, we have some different wellness advocates doing this Diamond Club. You do have to be connected to someone to take advantage of that. But those are so many freebies. I've never seen them do that many to get all of those things free this month. Take advantage of that if you're new and just check with your wellness advocate on the best package to get started with and the promo code to use. If you're connected to Lori, the code right there to use or to any of us, that may be the case, but just double check with your wellness advocate to make sure about that. But that is such an awesome deal. What a great time to get started. And yes, I do have, yay, it's time for some giveaways. I'm actually going to stop screen sharing though, so I can see some more of your lovely faces. And for those who are watching the recording, the giveaway is just for those who are live, but I have a few things to give away. So if you're live, stay tuned here for just a second while I stop sharing. And if you want to come on, you can unmute yourself. You can turn on your video. Feel free to ask questions. If you want to type some questions into the chat, Lori can look at those and answer, and others of us could as well. And yes, we will put the recording out probably tomorrow. It's going to take me a little while to process that tonight, and it's already 9:00 p.m. where I am. So I may not get it fully processed and uploaded today, but by tomorrow, early afternoon-ish, it'll be out there in all of our Facebook groups, or just reach out to the person who invited you and they can get access to the recording. So, all right, I am going to do some giveaways. So first of all, just put into the chat, if you already use oils, what is the oil that you use most, or the oil that you love the most? Or if you haven't started using oils yet, which oil that we talked about tonight are you most excited to start using? What really interested you most that you heard Lori talking about and teaching about? And I'm going to draw a winner. So type that in quickly. We'll try to do this quick. For that, it is going to be a bottle of Balance. So you heard Lori talk about that. Some people commented they use that every morning, and it's really grounding, great for stress, great for helping with sleep, anxious feelings. And also you saw that cool slide with the cells and showing the blood flow. That was, I just love that picture too. So bottle of Balance will be the first one. I'll go back through the chat here in a minute and draw the actual winners. Number 2, you heard a lot about MetaPower. So I have a MetaPower giveaway. And for this one, just type into the chat the benefit that you heard about tonight that you are most excited about. So whether it was, supporting blood sugar or weight loss or inflammation, inflammatory support, those types of things. What types of things did you hear about that you are most excited about, either for yourself or someone else? Maybe you learned something new. I would love to know what you learned or which benefit really was exciting and stood out most to you. And the winner of that will be getting 2 things, the MetaPower gum and the MetaPower beadlets. So these have the MetaPower oil blend that Lori talked about, really good for helping with cravings. If you're trying to cut back on sugar, it's great for that. If you are just trying to, throughout the day, support your body to shrink those fat cells, that is something that the oil blend does, and it's built into these 2 products. So I'm going to give those 2 away to somebody. Just tell us about the benefit that you were most excited about. or even just something new you learned, maybe a benefit of an oil that you didn't even realize that oil had that benefit. Maybe you have oils in your cabinet and you did not know that lemongrass, for example, could be used to support healthy cholesterol levels or something along those lines. So speaking of lemongrass, I'm going to do another dual giveaway here, a lemongrass and a lemon. So both of these oils, lemon and lemongrass, we talked a lot about those and how to use them. And for that one, I just want you to tell Lori how awesome she did and tell what you loved about her teaching, and just she killed it. It was amazing. So give her some kudos, give her some thanks there in the comments for putting this together and presenting it so well and giving us such great information that we all want. I know we all want the recording so we can share it with people who weren't here, right? So tell her how awesome she did. And I'm going to go back up into the comments here. And
thank you, Lori.
Thank you, everyone.
verbally, if you'd like.
Thank you, Lori. You had a great delivery and you were so
Thanks.
understandable.
Thank
Very-
you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I can't wait for the recording.
Okay, so number one here, I'm just randomly scrolling and picking out, and let's see, Valerie McDonald said lemon is her most used oil. So she will get the bottle of balance. You can use the chat feature to just, McDougall, I think I said it wrong, Valerie McDougall. I'm writing it down. You can feel free to private message me on Facebook. If you have my phone number, you can text me, but you can also use the private chat feature where you can go down and just scroll to my name, and then you can direct message me your address right here. So one way or another, Valerie McDougall, make sure to get me your address. I'm sorry if I said there's two Valeries right in a row, but I was looking, Valeria and Valerie, I was looking at Valerie McDougall. Lemon is her most used oil. So she's going to get the balance. And then let me go down and see, just like cross my eyes here and just randomly point and pick one here. Okay, so Donna Robertson, you win the MetaPower products. And that was, she said she's excited about supporting healthy inflammation. So yeah, that was an exciting one. And seeing those visuals, those pictures before and after, was really exciting with the MetaPower products. We've only had those since October. And so we're seeing some amazing results. And I said this in the chat, but if you didn't notice, if you're interested in learning more about MetaPower, make sure to join our Metabolic Makeover group on Facebook. We have so much more information and a whole lot more testimonial photos and things like that as well. So make sure you join us over there to learn way more. We just had time to scratch the surface here. We did not have time to go through a whole lot. There's so much more science behind it and so much more exciting information. And Tanya's going to share that link for you. And I'm going to do the last one. Yay, look at all those. Kudos for Lori. Love it. Awesome. She did do such a great job. And yeah, her nursing background really helped it. This just really come together so well. And I know she's already gotten some texts and all kinds of things. So sorry for those who couldn't get in through the Eventbrite. I did get some messages about that. I'm sorry. We will get you the recording. I'm going to go ahead and send that out actually to everybody who registered on Eventbrite, just to make sure that we get that out to everybody who was looking for it and maybe had to get in late because they got that email from me later. I don't know what was wrong with the original link. Could have been user error, could have been a technology glitch. I don't know, but anyway. All right, so let me pick the last one here. I'm getting past all, I love reading all these. So I'm reading all of the things that you heard about, all of the benefits that you learned about that were your favorites also. So I'm getting through those, and I've got a Tammy Stidham. She said, Laura, you did amazing. And Tammy, you will win the lemongrass duo. So get me your address. I've seen addresses come over. Thank you to everyone who joined us though. And I don't know if in all these comments there were any questions. If there were any questions we missed, in all these comments, just unmute real quick and ask before we all pop off of here. But I'm going to leave this open for a minute so I can make sure to write down addresses. And if there's not any other questions, just thanks for joining us. I'm really thankful for all of you being here with us. This was great to have such a good turnout and so much interest in this topic. I think that this is something people are really looking for more information on, and it's very telling just by the response that we've had that we need to do more of these. So be watching for that in the future also. Thank you for joining, and thank you again, Lori. You did fantastic, and I'm just going to be sitting here writing down some addresses, but if there's nothing else, just good night, everybody, and hope to see you on our next class.
Good night. Thank you.
Night, everybody.
Good night.
All right. Thanks, Crystal. Good night.
Good night.